Hello everybody, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be making a mana system. Now this mana system is going to be pretty simple. You have mana. It's a number. Every second you gain that number and it caps out 100. If you have enough mana you can use abilities, you lose mana, but it infinitely regenerates. It's a really simple concept and it's a really fun project. This video is probably going to be a lot longer than most of the other ones I've made because this is a pretty decent sized project for a beginner. If you haven't watched my last video, I am going to be using TypeScript since I just find it way better than JavaScript. If you want to know how to do that, I will link a video in the description. Anyways, because this is a project, I'm not going to have it in the main. Instead, I'm just going to import mana from, I'm just going to import the mana file. So to start, let's make sure that we have a scoreboard in game. So slash scoreboard objectives add mana dummy. Make sure it's spelled just like this. Display name does not matter. Once you have that, let's work on the mana regen system. So world.events.tick.subscribe. Alright. So anything in here happens any tick. And so what we're going to do is we're going to regenerate our mana. But we don't want to regenerate every tick. That's way too fast. So what we're going to do is if data.current tick multiple of 20 is not equal to 0, then return. Basically what happens, current tick here is a number, it goes up by 1 every single tick, and so we're testing if it's a multiple of 20, and if it's not, then return. So now any code here will happen every second instead of every tick. So what we're going to do is we're going to do world dot get dimension overworld dot run command scoreboard players add at a mana 15, and so you get 15 mana every second. If we just have this, then we can get up to infinite mana, and we don't want that. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and copy this run command right here. Scoreboard players set at a scores equals mana equals 100 dot dot mana 100. All this command is doing is if there's a player that has more than 100 mana, it just sets them back to 100. Also, one thing we have to do, put this into a try catch. Whenever you catch it, you don't have to do anything, just make sure it's in a try catch, or else if you have your content log on, it will fill your screen up and it's very annoying. So you have this on, then you may want to add this try catch. If not, it doesn't matter. And so now we have mana. If I were to scoreboard objectives set display sidebar mana, I already have 100 mana because I was testing this earlier. So I'm just going to reset my mana. And by the way, make sure if you're using TypeScript, terminal, run build task, TSC watch. So that way it automatically gets compiled. This looks really ugly. TypeScript does not. So, reload. Look on the side. 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, 100. And it will stay at 100. Because if you have more than 100, it sets you back to 100. And honestly, mana on the side looks very, very ugly. And so the way we're going to fix that is every tick instead of every second. So this runs every tick, and then anything past here runs every second. So we'll run command title raw at a raw text and here I'm gonna go ahead and get color codes, Minecraft color codes. I'm just gonna copy and paste this since I'm on keyboard, and we're gonna use 3 mana space. Make sure you put a space right here, comma scores. Actually, I think it's score name asterisk comma objective mana. This is a really complicated command. It's just title raw. Once again, I'll put the link to this behavior back in the description so you can copy and paste that if you want. Slash reload. I forgot title raw action bar. See right there? Mana 100. Once again, that doesn't really look that good. So I'm just gonna add 100 out of 100. So just text out of 100. Yeah, 100 out of 100. And if I were to reset my mana again, 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, 100. So now we have a mana system. What are we gonna do with our mana? Well, let's make a ability. The kind of ability I want to make is, I'm gonna put myself into creative. I want to have a paper. It's gonna be called a rage spell, and if you right click it and you have 75 mana, it will turn you into a rage mode. Get like strength, get strength for 10 seconds, have explosion particles, play sound. Very nice. I've already made a function for this, by the way. This is it. Remove 75 mana. All this. I decided to make this beforehand just so I didn't have to type all the commands. Alright. So to do this, world.events.before item use, subscribe, happens whenever you use an item, if data.item.id is Minecraft paper and data.item.name tag, which is their name, is equal to, let me grab this color code again, RF rage spell. The reason you need this RF here is because if it was just rage spell, it would look kind of weird. Just trust me on it. So if they're right clicking with a paper called rage spell, now let's test how much mana they have. Now how are we going to test how much mana they have? Well, let's use a function for that. Let's mark yourself a function out here. Function. Let's do get score. Or no, not get score. Get mana. And then we're just going to do the player. It's of type player. Remember, this is TypeScript. So what it's going to do is return world scoreboard dot get objective mana dot get score player dot scoreboard. So it looks complicated, but what it is, the world scoreboard, it gets the objective called mana, and it gets your score, player dot scoreboard. It's their scoreboard identity. Right? So if if get mana data dot source, errors here, so you have to do as player. Get mana data dot source as player is more than or equal to 75. So if they have enough mana to do it, then data.source.run command function rage. And so it just calls back to this function I made called rage, and it does all of this on the player. Else data.source.run command tell raw at s raw text. Alright, we're gonna do, oops, let me copy and paste that again. See, you don't have enough 3 mana, back to C, to use that. Also, data.source.run command play sound. Is it called play sound? Yeah, play sound. Random.class at s tilde 1 0.5. This random glass just sounds like, you know, there's been an error. Alright, recap on what we made right now. For item use, if you use an item, if you use a paper called rage spell, then it tests if you have more than or equal to 75 mana. If you do, then it puts you into rage mode by calling this rage function. Else, it tells you don't have enough mana, and random glass sound was just an error sound. So let's test this. Let's go ahead and copy and paste that. Oh wait, no. One more thing I forgot. Data.item.amount minus equals 1. And so it just gets rid of one of your spells. So instead of setting it to air, because let's say you have 3 spells and you use 1, now you'll have 2 spells. Minus equals 1. So now, slash reload, slash give at s anvil, rage spell. Now if I were to use the rage spell, gets rid of mana, it says we're in rage mode, and we get a strength effect. If we use it while we don't have enough mana, hear the sound, don't have enough mana. Oh, I just realized. I used this semicolon right here, I should have used. There we go. Don't have enough mana to use that. This only happens if you have a paper called rage spell. So if I were to give at this, I don't know, bamboo, right click, nothing. Rename it to rage spell, right click, nothing, useless. Let's go ahead and test it out. Let's summon a couple zombies, and let's kill them with our fist. Rage spell. Yeah, this is kind of useless. Let me get myself a diamond sword. Alright, the guy's on light. Sorry for this terrible example. What's a better example? Oh, creeper. Rage spell. One shot him. One shot him. As you can see, got strength. Rage spell works. Gets rid of mana. Also, if you want, you can get rid of the scoreboard on the side. It's not really needed anymore. By the way, this is multiplayer friendly. And oh, I got rid of mana. I meant to just get rid of the display mana. Sorry about that. But this is multiplayer friendly. You can get some friends on, and everyone can use spells. All their mana is separate. Display is separate. Everything just works. Now, I hope that you had fun making this project. I know I definitely did. And yeah, I will have this pack in the description, and see ya.